Okay, so on to the next track in Sammy's The Rock Melody Maverick series, man. The series has been so sick. And like I said in the beginning, it's a great way to usher in the weekend, man. Specifically with the Sammy series, because he always has such great bangers that we listen to. And more often than not on a Friday, actually. I'm just realizing that now. Why is my life being all funny? But yeah, this one over here is Shinedown, Save Me. Never heard this one before. And for those of you who are not following along, Alter Bridge currently holds the #1 spot with 1 by 1. If you haven't watched that reaction, go back. Actually, go back to the very beginning of the series and watch from there, because I promise you it's worthwhile. Why is my nose itchy? Someone's talking about me. Let's rock and roll, man. Let's see what we got. Shinedown, Save Me. Let's go.
I got a candle and I've got a spoon. I live in a hallway with no doors and no rooms. And under a window sill, they all were found. A touch of concrete within the doorway without a sound.
Actually could be like, for me it speaks to some of the conditions actually that a lot of people live in, right, where it's those conditions on dire. So it's almost like a cry to help. It's just so, take me out of this, just take me out of this shit life, this agony that's happening. But also that could be a metaphor for actually in your own mind, right, this like hallway that's completely cold and there's no rooms, no options. I don't see anything out. I don't have any doors that I can open for myself psychologically, and that tying into obviously environmentally in terms of the situation that you're in. So that's at least how I see it. You guys let me know down below. Couldn't handle forgiveness and now I'm far beyond gone. Wow.
Beyond gone. And I can hardly remember the look of my own eyes. How could I love this? A life so dishonest, it made me compromise. Someone.
Right, go back. What did it say there?
How could I love this? A life so dishonest, it made me compromise.
How can I love this? A life so dishonest. That's what happens when you lie to yourself. We spoke about that in like 1 or 2 tracks ago.
I love this, a life so dishonest, it made me compromise. Someone save me if you will, and take away all these pills, and please just save me if you can from my blasphemy in my ways
Tremonti. Shinedown again, man, with their fucking hooks. But in this video over here, you saw the pastor holding the Bible, right? And a lot of people, because we know you've gone to a very secular religion now, in the specifically in the West, in terms of like, no, like there's the existence of God, and you know that kind of thing's all just bullshit and imaginary this, imaginary that. So we walk away from something that would probably only give that would give us some level of meaning. What else are you going to find meaning in, right? What else are you going to find meaning in? Sorry, sorry about that. I've said this before, we are worshipping beings. We are going to worship something, right? If you don't worship something greater than yourself, right, that gives you actual meaning, like value and purpose in your existence, then what are you going to worship? Yourself? That's a recipe for disaster, right? Monetary things? That's another recipe for fucking disaster. Do you know what I mean? So at least it keeps you actually in line. And we're not talking about, oh no, the man in the sky, God in the sky. It's actually believing in something greater, something that you can be of service to within your community, right? Having a set of standards, having a set of values, right? Because that's how you climb yourself out of the human tragic condition, right? Is believing in something that's greater than yourself. It's not sitting in that echo chamber of yourself and thinking that you are the be all and nothing else exists outside there, nothing, right? I've said this before, we don't need more people believing in God. We just need them to act as if one does exist. Who knows if he exists or doesn't exist? I can't tell you that. No one can, right? But at least act as if one does, because then you held to some level of judgment for yourself. You've got some sort of guardrails for yourself, right? Because that gives you a structure in your life, that you're not floating out into the abyss and doing whatever you want to do with no sort of morality and virtue structure that keeps you in check, right? It's very easy to remove that because temptations and decadences, we all want those. We all want to follow those, right? But those are the ones that land up destroying our entire life. So how do we stop doing that? We actually create a value structure. And whether you do that through religion or however else you do it, it doesn't matter. But there needs to be some sort of value structure in place that doesn't lead you astray, because there's no virtue. There's absolutely no virtue in chasing decadences. There's absolutely no virtue in chasing your temptations. There's no virtue in that. The virtue comes in the restraint of that. That's when the virtue comes. You know what I mean? I'd like to drink all day, right? Not me personally. I don't drink alcohol. I sip alcohol and whatever else, but I'm not an alcoholic. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm saying, as an example, if I'd like to drink all day, right, and turn myself into that world, the virtue is not going there. The virtue is not purchasing that shit. The virtue is not going to that bottle store. The virtue is not taking that drug, right? That's the virtue. There's no bravery in, well, I gave in, but oh, it's okay, it's brave that you're speaking about it. No, it's brave when you don't do it. That's when it's brave. You know what I mean? That's where the virtue lies. Let's not muddy the waters over here. Let's not, because we completely shifting language and reality over here. The virtue is not in speaking about the things that I have gone and done that I shouldn't have done. The virtue is actually not doing that thing, because that is real strength. That is real bravery. Do you know what I mean? That's how you save yourself. Let's go. They're quite religious, Shinedown. I've noticed a theme of the saving Jesus in the one song on the building. This over here with knee down on the altar, get yourself in the water, absolve yourself of your sins and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Very important, very powerful. We used to have that structure, right? And it's amazing when we had that structure, right? Even if you believed in it or didn't believe in it, when we had that structure, society wasn't at each other's throats. It's amazing when we start removing that from society, all of a sudden, everyone's at each other's throats all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, carry on.
Please just save me.
Love that. I love the conviction with which he sang that as well. Delivery on that was absolutely incredible. Yeah, love that song. That song is absolutely amazing. I've loved all of these tracks. There hasn't been one track that's sort of been average. All of them have been fantastic. But that Alter Bridge 1 by 1, man, that track is still at the top, man. Still at the top. And we've got 3 more. Let's see if it gets dethroned. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.